Every day that I wake up, don't talk with this cake up. Man, too many favors, too many favors. Don't try me in the favor. I can't help that you favor, help that you favor. What you talking on a labor? You better.
What's up, beautiful souls? This your host, your goddess, Miss Ride at the ghetto walk with the ghetto talk, but don't get it twisted. I'm still the realest on your block. And oh yeah, these topics about to get real hot. Woo.
And grand rising to all the lovely folks out there. It's your co-host Rari Sunshine, and y'all know what this is. Come here, Aziz. Come here, these. So we do have a special guest today. Her name is Rose. Can't wait to get into it.
Hey y'all.
Hey, Rose. And of course, we got the General Peanut.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Grand rising to everybody. How's everybody doing this morning?
Good, good.
Everybody doing good. Everybody had a good night. Everything.
You know,
You ready to get into it, Miss Rose?
Yeah, let's get it.
I want you formally introduce yourself. You hear me? And
Good.
tell them what you know what I'm saying. Tell them what you get, what type of time you want.
Okay, so I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, originally, but currently in Indianapolis, Indiana. Um, since 2017, I've been in the credit field, personal credit, business credit, um, anything to do with that type of thing, trusts, all that stuff, with all that. Um, But, throughout that time, I've been on my spiritual journey. So now I'm putting the two together and mentoring. So that's pretty much where I'm at, helping people, build out their businesses and find their niche and everything that they need through their healing. And I use astrology to do that.
okay.
What exactly did you mention? You said you're calling.
Now I was saying that I was, kind of going through my awakening,
Yeah, you're
spirit.
awake. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know that. Rari don't fuss at me behind the scenes. I know better. You know what I'm saying? Can you explain? Can you give us, in your opinion, a definition to your awakening?
Yeah, so to just be really transparent, I had went through some really horrific stuff. I went through just a crazy marriage, words, there was a shooting. Um it was crazy. And it just kind of sent me into a downward spiral. And through that, I started healing and just waking up to everything, waking up to what really is in this world. I actually was going through some things before that, but that really sent me in. So what I mean by that is waking up to what we have been asleep and not being able to see. you
Yes,
know
ma'am. So Miss Rari and Miss Rod, they have been on the show, and they both have spoken about their awakening. Miss Rod and Miss Rari,
Mhm.
can you two relate to her awakening from your own personal awakenings?
Definitely.
Yes. You can go.
I feel like it's all the same thing. It's just in a personal experience. Like,
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? And I want to ask Miss Rari and I want to ask Miss Rose because I'm gonna say not Miss Rari, Miss Rod, because Rari, you said that you were like this as a child, but Miss Rod and Miss Rose said it went through trauma and went through their awakening. Do you think that that's the trauma that caused the awakening?
yeah, trauma definitely is like the first niche to like having a outer body experience.
Mhm.
Miss Rod, Miss Rod. All right, we
Yes.
don't. She gonna get up. We gonna get the technical difficulties.
Yes, I'm here. You can hear me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Do you think the trauma caused your awakening as well? Yeah, the technical difficulties. It's
I
all
could
good. It's all
I could
good.
barely hear. Like I'm gonna be honest right now. Like
All
I'm
right.
being honest right now. Like I could barely hear. Like it's in and out. I can only hear like certain things.
Don't trip. Don't trip. Miss Rose, can you
Yep.
take us back a little further to your upbringing and where you grew up and your experiences, your personal experience on your upbringing?
Yeah, so what I was gonna say, like I was saying, it went back before that, but a lot of things I had kind of shut out. I had kind of blocked out of my memory. But yeah, I had a really crazy upbringing. My mom gave me away at 8 days old, and then wound up coming back and just kind of snatching me up in the third grade. So my life kind of like flipped upside down overnight.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of other things happened to me growing up. She wound up putting me out at 15, so I've been on my own since 15.
You could choose.
Um, bunch of messed up relationships. I remember um being pushed out of, I guess I would say, my calling because I had people around me that was religious Christians.
Mhm.
Telling me I was going to hell and all kinds of stuff like that. Kind of over time blocked it out and start veering to the Christian. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
whatever. But like I said, I just kept going through different things over and over, and I really did start working on the healing. But I kept going back to what I would say, as a child, a strong,
Comfortable?
you know, um,
You went back to what you was comfortable with?
yeah, what I was really interested in healing. I wound up getting certified. I'm actually a third degree Reiki master, and
Wait, what's that? Wait, you are who?
a third degree Reiki master. So not only do I do Reiki, and I'm a crystal practitioner too.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
a
wait. What's Reiki?
Reiki. So it's a basically it's
You
a
laughing at Rari?
healing energy where I basically help you pull up your own, universal and your own energy to help heal yourself. So I'm
Okay,
not really healing anybody. I'm helping you heal yourself.
okay,
And then
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
able to also, teach that. So, and then I actually got certified in crystal healing first because I've always been drawn to crystals.
It's
So
something. That's something you go to school for.
So I didn't go to actual school. I was drawn to the people that, that's how I feel like things are. Just like right now, this isn't a coincidence. We're drawn to each other for a reason, for a purpose. So that's, it was the same thing with that. I was drawn to the people that I needed to help me get certified in those areas and, go through my attunements and, um, yeah, and I kind of sat on that for a minute too because I went through some more stuff. I moved to a city where I'm at now. I moved here for a relationship. The relationship didn't work, and I've been here by myself. No family, no friends, no nothing. So it gave
What
me
about your transition from that move? Was it a hard transition from moving from home all the way out there?
actually, well, you know what? In a way, it was because I got here 3 days before in 2020, 3 days before the shutdown, and my children are in St. Louis. I got two boys. Now one of them's grown. The other one lives with me. But it was rough in that I couldn't. I thought I was gonna be able to keep, you know what I mean, go back like every week, and because of the shutdown, I wasn't able to. So that transition was a little rough, but it was needed because it helped my oldest son. Like I had him growing up because of my rough childhood. I kind of enabled him, my oldest one. I did everything for him. So by coming up here and then lockdown.
Wait,
Now
wait. You enabled them or you spoiled them?
I'm gonna say both because
And you cheating. You cheating. You cheating. You,
okay,
one or the other.
um, definitely spoiled. I'm gonna say spoiled.
But we
Uh,
can't blame it. We came up so hard. You're supposed to want better for your child. You're
yeah,
supposed to not want your child. All my kids spoiled. Fuck
yeah,
them kids. Yup.
yeah,
They
but,
spoiled. But nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with giving your child the best that you didn't have.
yeah, yeah. So when I came here and then wasn't able to keep going back, he had to pretty much step up and start doing a lot of the things that I was doing for him himself. So, it was a little rough, but it turned out to be really, a really good thing. So, I
How's
understand,
that on you as a mother?
yeah, that everything happens how it's supposed to happen for everybody.
How was
You know.
that on you as a mother? Knowing that you did everything for him, now you got to sit back and watch him be a man.
Mm. So it was, you know what, like, honestly, I went through a lot of guilt and shame because I was like, I should have been really showing him more, especially when, like, X amount of years his dad was in his life. So he went through a period where he was struggling. And, but you know what? It also helped me to really start digging into our birth charts, my children as well. So
Wait,
that
wait, 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 wait. That's the next question.
okay,
Let me ask the question first. You hear me?
okay.
So I used the video that you used on that for the promo, right? What are you talking about?
So when I say that I do birth chart reading, so when I dig into the a person's birth chart, which I was like digging ours, I was digging in to see, because like most people, like if somebody was to ask me, I'd say I'm an Aquarius, but you got your big three, then you've got all signs in your chart. You got the planets, which is actually more important than the actual sign, and then you have the houses that represent different things. So then, not only that, in your chart, you can see where your core wound is, the wound that you are supposed to heal. That core wound tells you everything. Your south node, your north node, your south node is basically telling you what you had going on in your past life. Okay. Your north node is your destiny. So I said, I'm going to look into all that so I can see exactly what I need to do to help myself and my boys heal. And not only that, I don't want to say pass by because it's not that, but go ahead and cash in on that karmic debt that we all wind up paying back. A lot of times we don't even know that that's what it is, but if you get in that chart, you're going to know exactly what it is you need to clear out.
Rari, you know about the chart?
Yeah, I'm kind of going through that like position of learning myself of deeper with the astrology. So I definitely
What's the best advice or the best place that you can direct Rari to better get acquainted in her studies and the same thing that you're doing?
Absolutely. So what I use is astroseek.com. You can go on there. It'll you can do tropical or you can do your V. It shows you everything. Not to mention it'll break down um everything that I just said. It'll be there. Yep. So that's where I would go. That's where I go. That's where when I'm mentoring, once I break it down, that's where I send everybody because I give the basics and then you gotta do your work.
right.
Yeah.
You want to jump in, Rari?
On the question wise, or
Yeah, question why?
um, because I did have a few. Would you say like mentoring people? Do you struggle sometimes when you have to mentor other people due to how other people learn?
what
Um,
she's saying is, did you ever have to go upside somebody's head, or you know what I'm saying? Everybody, everything cool and copacetic, or how that go?
yeah, absolutely. So I'm very blunt and straightforward. So, what it is what it is. I don't sugarcoat nothing. Even when I break down someone's chart, I'm not going for all the little easy, sweet stuff. I'm going to tell you what it is and what to do. So, I give people a chance. If we're going to keep bumping heads, then I look at it like I'm not the right mentor for you, and we need to cut ties and keep it moving. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't, yeah, I don't, I feel like time is the most precious thing we have. And there's no need for myself or that other person to waste their time, our time. You know what I mean? If we're not a match, if we're not aligned, we keep it moving.
Can you tell us the biggest difference that you noticed after you awakened than before?
Ooh, the biggest difference. The biggest difference for me was or is probably in emotional intelligence. If that
Elaborate.
I was like, prior to this, I was real rowdy. It's like a sign people have no clue when they look at my pro. So, being from St. Louis, I was right. I fought a lot. I mean, got locked up sometimes. Like, what like, I was real so I've been able to get myself to a place where I off like to. I'm a lot calmer. I can like assess the situation without taking off. That has been the biggest thing. That's been the biggest thing personally, being able to, do something different with that.
What, what was your hardest transit? What was your hardest thing to deal with from your awakening?
Ooh, the hardest thing. I'm definitely gonna say the dark night of the soul. Y'all aware with that of what that is?
Nah, I'm not. What's that, Marie?
We talked about it with Q before. Like it's when you hit your turmoil, the words like you almost feel like you might lose your mind sometimes. Like it's just it's I can't say like it's indescribable because everybody experiences it in different ways.
Mm,
But it's like it's definitely when you feel like it's your biggest breaking point.
Ooh.
mm. And it's how you react to it.
Yeah.
How did you react to it, Riri?
I mean, I have to put myself in solitude a lot. Like
Mm,
just get away from it. Like just even if it's like right then and there, just go ahead and just disappear. Like
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, what different outlooks, Miss Rose, do you have on the world that you didn't have before you had your awakening?
Ooh. Um, that none of this is real.
Elaborate.
Real. Like none of it's real. Like, this probably gonna sound crazy, but like I feel like
It's conspiracy theories. Ain't nothing crazy on here.
I feel like we're in a giant Sims game. Like we're just in a giant Sims game, and like we're creating our reality. Like, I mean, I honestly believe they got us in a dome. Like we're literally
I
just
was just about to ask you that. Do you believe that we are in the sphere and the ships they spitting up really rockets to try and break it and all that? Do you believe that?
yeah, I definitely believe that we're in a dome. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that a lot of the stuff that we think we see is hologram. I definitely believe in Project Bluebeam.
Wait,
So
wait, hold on. I heard red beans, pinto beans, black beans. I ain't never heard of blue beans. Let's take it back a step. You heard me? What's
yeah,
that?
not beam, but beam, like a beam, a light beam.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a project. It's a project that they launched or whatever they're doing with it. But where they create um like I said, like holograms. So like, did you see where like in Florida? in the mall, they was talking about it was some giants inside the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, holograms. How they're talking about, they're starting to come out and say, oh, well, it is alien and there is spaceships and all that. That's because at some point I believe that they're going to um use the holograms to make us think we're actually seeing all that different stuff, and then it'll be a whole bunch of chaos behind because
Our gun's too big for that.
huh?
Our gun's too big for that. We ain't going for the hologram. we gonna get it's gonna be real or fake. We gonna find out real quick, you know what I'm saying? So I asked Ryrie and I asked Miss Rod this on last week's show, and I'm gonna ask you this is an opinion based question. Why do you think, and you spoke on this earlier, why do you think Christianity looks down on your awakening, so to speak?
Um, I think because okay, so the whole awakening thing is to like shatter ego, and a lot of Christians are stuck in their ego. They don't want to know anything different. That's all they know. So it's like you can't tell me nothing. I know this is what it is, and I think that that's what it is. I mean, it would crush. Think about it. People that are raised on that, that's all they know. They don't know anything different, and their whole life revolves around that.
I mean,
To
but can you blame them? Like, they standing on business, so to speak, right?
yeah, like I no, you know what? Like I honestly, I have a lot of respect for it because they actually have a lot of faith in what they believe in. The problem is that they believe in something outside of themselves instead of understanding that it's inside them, it's them.
Mm-hmm.
They're
So,
creating
oh,
their
my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, so they're creating their heaven and hell. It's a so I actually have, like people that I'm still really cool with that are matter of fact, one, she just showed herself to me, and we've been knowing each other since kids, but it flips their whole life upside down. It's one thing when you kind of like, like in my case, I had, knowledge of other things. I was open to learn other things. It's another thing when,
What are other? Can you elaborate on other things?
so,
Wait,
like,
is it gonna get me banned?
uh-uh.
Oh, all right, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead. Go ahead.
when I was saying like healing, Reiki healing, crystals, astrology, all of that stuff, they think that's demonic. And it's actually like if you get in, I'm telling you, you get into that birth chart, you can break so many chains within your bloodline because you actually can see in there where your family's curses are.
So you spoke on, I think, Pluto being in some type of thing in your video.
Yeah,
What, that was the right planet, Pluto.
yeah, yeah.
Gotta be paying attention. You hear me? So what do the stars and the planets alignments have to do with us personally?
Mm. So the planets represent different things. Harsh and not so much. Pluto, like I was saying, if you find what house it's in and what that house represents,
All right,
then
wait. When you speak of house, what
mhm.
you what do you what you really mean when you say house?
Ooh, so there's 12 zodiac houses, and each house represents different things.
Big Taurus, not the little. I'm sorry, go ahead.
They represent different things. So, um, oh goodness, so many
Let's
different.
let, let's let's get the Taurus. Let's start at Taurus. What do Taurus represent? What's our planet?
Oh Lord, no, it's not necessarily that Taurus has a planet, but what planet do you have in the house that you have Taurus in? Does that make sense?
No. Can you? I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie to you. Can
okay.
you elaborate? You know what I'm saying?
So you have the 12 zodiac signs.
Big
Okay,
Taurus, not the little one.
so let me use mine for example.
No, no. We're gonna use Taurus.
But
It's Taurus
but
season. The disrespect is real.
No, what I'm saying is that I don't know because I don't know what your big three are. I don't know what house your, Taurus sits in, if that makes sense.
Okay, go ahead.
So I can't really
So what are
tell
you?
about yourself because I don't know where it sits.
What's your sign?
So I'm an Aquarius sun, Virgo moon, Aquarius rising.
Now you deuce one. You gotta you can't do that. You can't represent all of them. You can't do that. You gotta pick one and go
You do
through them.
too. You do too. See, that's why I'm saying, like, once you get an understanding what all that is, you'll see that it just gives you way more insight into your stuff. So, you got that, you got your Mercury, you got your Venus. It's just a lot. It's a lot to it. So it would be hard for me to say anything about yours. It would be false because I don't know where your stuff sits. I don't know
Okay.
what planets or whatever, but I can tell you, things of mine. That's why I did the video saying that my Pluto sits in the eighth house. So I knew what's in the eighth house where people envy me. So
Mm,
you know how when you have somebody acting crazy towards you and you like, what are they tripping off of?
mm.
And they're literally tripping off something in that particular house. So for me,
Spiritual battle.
huh?
Spiritual battle.
Spiritual bath? Yeah.
Spiritual battle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you know that monitoring spirits,
Wait,
all of
who?
that
You say monitoring?
monitoring spirits, and then not only that, karmic people that are karmic, you know, and a lot of times we're born like the chosen ones are born into karmic families. So some of your family will be karmic too. Some of your family, um, relationships. And then remember, I was telling you those houses, the 12 houses, some of those houses are karmic houses.
Mm.
So I could take our charts and do a compatibility and see where all of our different planets stuff sits inside that chart. And it'll show me if we have past life karmic debt to clear out together, if we have a destiny to go towards together. It'll like all that.
So
So
the eclipse that happened a few weeks ago, right?
yeah.
Was that just something regular? Did that mess up anything? Did that put anything in line? What is your opinion on what the eclipse really was?
Yeah. So a lot of people didn't know we actually had two eclipses. We had one prior to the big one everybody knew about. On top of that, we were in Mercury retrograde, and then we had some conjunctions that happened as well. So there was a lot of crazy energy for a lot of people. Most people probably didn't know what was happening, actually still happening because now um we got Pluto going crazy. Pluto right now is a part of what's exposing people. So we're seeing all that happening in real time. And I think I had done something. I don't know if I did a live and I just briefly spoke on it, but it's affecting the masculine energy heavier than the feminine right now. So as you can see, all these little these battles, exposures, it's like really all happening mostly with me. Um, because it has to do with abuse and hierarchy and people that have been in power have been inflicting abuse on people, not just physical, but maybe messing them over money wise, or you know, maybe you know, how can I say? Maybe they had a platform and they pulled the rug under their platform out from under their platform. So these people are being knocked down. So the people that have been done dirty can rise up into those spots.
Mm.
You know,
So,
so
so you
it's
say
really,
it's affecting men more than women. For the
Right.
men that are not in tune with what you're talking about, can you give us some advice on how to handle this?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my first thing is as simple as this is, like, if if you know you've done some wrong stuff, make that right. You know what I'm saying? Make it right, because that's basically um where it's starting at. You know what I'm saying? Make those things right and start moving forward in a more integrity, you know, way. Just start there. Really work on being a better person and, doing the right thing. That's where it starts, because it all goes back to that karmic debt, and you want to clear out that karmic debt. You can do that. You can clear it out.
Will you
But
be charged with a family member's comment that
yeah, it rolls down. So let me give you a for instance. My that marriage I was saying, he was narcissistic, and I didn't even know what that was at first. You know what I mean? And then I realized it. But anyway, heavy sadistic narcissist. So that sent me into the big awakening. And during that time frame, like she was saying, I went into solitude for like a long time. And then even coming here for the last year and a half, I just been in solitude. So my oldest son, got into a relationship. Same thing, same exact thing with a chick that's a narcissist. She's doing the same exact stuff to him that he was doing to me. So to show you how this works, maybe 6 months ago, I found out her birthday is on the same exact day that my husband's birthday is on.
mm,
That's when we talk about generational trauma and curses that we got to clear out. Most people is thinking money. That's something that I needed to clear out. When I dug into my chart, I also found that in my bloodline, there has been a consistency with the mothers, like working, being gone, and not really being there physically for the children. So I know that's something that I have to break. But I'm saying that that's how it's passed down. That's not a coincidence that my ex-husband and his girlfriend birthdays on the same day, and we went through the same exact stuff. So that has to be broken, so he doesn't get mixed up with another narcissistic person, and my youngest son doesn't.
Rary, you got something?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what she's saying. Is like it's a pattern, and most people always talk about the pattern, but they don't know where the pattern comes from. So, like when we say it's like a historical thing, because it is a historical thing. Like
Mhm.
history will repeat itself if you don't know what the history is,
Yeah.
and a lot of people be passed over. Families don't be connected at all, so you can't really hear from mouth to mouth over time. You literally have to go figure out for yourself what is the source of what's supposed to be like broken, like what are your generational curses, and you can find that through, like she said, the astrology. And most people don't think astrology is realistic, but when you go read and learn and you basically you look at your life and you compare and contrast, some stuff be a little too on point.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
if it makes
Absolutely.
sense, then it makes sense.
Mm. So I asked Rary last week. I asked Rary and Miss Ride. I'm gonna ask you, in your opinion, what's the biggest misconception that the public has on what you do?
That's the questions for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, the biggest misconception. That is demonic. Yeah, it's demonic, or even down to witchcraft and how they label it. Like, okay, yeah, some people use their powers and stuff for messed up things. You know, I've had it happen to me. But ultimately it's tools. It's just tools for us to be able to heal and better ourselves. We have divine missions we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, that's what we're doing. We have a divine mission together right now to do this live and help somebody's. That's a mission. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
I think
ma'am.
that's ultimately the thing, like the demonic thing and all of that. That's the biggest misconception. It's no.
So kind of like for sicknesses, right? It's symptoms, right? That you can tell that you're about to get sick, or the type of symptoms you can tell what type of sickness you have, right? Is
Mhm.
it some type of symptoms that you go through that lets you know that you're about to have an awakening, or you going through it, or you just get thrown in the pool?
Um. So with me, I wasn't really getting sick. I started
No, 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 no. Like symptoms, like letting you know that it's an awakening coming, or you are, or in you're in the middle of it, or you at the start of it. Like, what could, if you're not in tune, what should we look for to know? Okay, this is an awakening.
yeah, so I was having like animals come different types of animals come in to me. I started seeing repeating numbers. I've been seeing those for years.
Mhm.
Um a
Yes, right.
lot
I spoke on that too.
Yeah, a lot of things were synchronized, not just numbers. So, with doing credit, it was like I would get customers that were in all of the same field. Like I would get a bunch of truck drivers all at the same time, or I would get a bunch of passengers. I would be like, "What is happening?" So everything became synchronous, like a synchronicity to me. So those were the biggest thing. And then this is a whole nother topic. But when the relationship that I came here for is a twin flame connection. So that was a whole nother thing that let me know I was going through it.
Did you know at the time, or you realized it afterwards?
So I didn't know at the time, about 6 months into our relationship, I started kind of asking. I was like, look, okay, universe, what's happening? What is this? What is going on? And it just started coming to me. And initially, when I said something to him, he was like, no, but then like a month later, he was like, I'm seeing repeating numbers. Like, I know what you're saying is the truth.
Mm.
So that that was a big part of the awakening as well. All the triggers and stuff with that.
So you
Yeah.
spoke on the crystals, you spoke on the cards. What else did you do?
What else do I do? So yeah, personal credit, business credit. I help people authenticate themselves and put themselves in trust. That's another thing we need to, you know, get up out of that birth certificate contract. I
Wait,
do.
wait, wait. What's wrong with our birth certificate? I still got my original one. And I was proud of that. So, what's wrong with the birth certificates?
So basically, okay, so do gotta watch what I say with this on here. Um,
You can say what you want. We'll see everybody in 30 days.
so basically, when we're born, the government creates what's called a straw man,
Who?
and it's called the straw man, and they utilize us to pay back debt to other companies. In a nutshell, our birth certificates can be authenticated. We put ourselves in trust in all our assets, and then use our treasury account to pay for everything.
Could you run that back? Because I don't know what you talking about. And you know what I'm saying? Right, we sitting there like everything normal. So I know it's me. You know what I'm saying? Could you run that back? Well, hold up. Right, Talk to me. What is she talking about?
She's talking about the identities that we carry
Okay.
is like property of corporation.
Our social security card too.
Yeah, it's all one thing. So it just has layers to it.
Yeah.
So who are we property of?
The government.
So that's like a market, like like they brand the
A
cows.
stamp. It is. I mean, what do you think you do with your babies when a child is born in a hospital? And I say a hospital, they get their prints done.
Wait. Why you said I said a hospital? What that mean?
Because I mean, most people not doing home births, but during this grand awakening that's happening in a mass, you majority of the time,
Trying to go live outside the hood, huh?
majority majority of the time, your babies have to get their feet printed on their birth certificate.
Mhm. I had to do that. I had to do that.
That's your way of your parents unknowingly but knowingly. One second.
You basically signing your babies over.
You are.
Hold
Yeah.
on. My
Even
mama
when you
signed me
put your
over.
baby name on the birth certificate and
Wait,
you
hold on.
sign
Wait,
as
wait,
you a parent and you put your
Wait. So my mama signed me over.
Yeah.
your mama signed you over, my mama signed me over, her mama signed her over,
You call her.
her mama signed them over.
Hmm.
Signed us over to what? The government?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause we never been free. Like we never been free. We've
But
never
we
been
black.
free. It don't
We're
matter if you black, white, or anything. At this right now, it don't matter if you black, white, or anything. Everybody that has a birth certificate, everybody that go to work, do a 9 to 5, you are not a free individual. You was not a free person. You not. You are mentally entrapped in enslavement. We are not
I've
free
been free
people.
for the last 2.5 years. I
I
can
mean,
go on and say
actually, we
that.
are as of right now. We are free people because a lot of people don't know that the U.S. corporation is no longer a U.S. corporation, but it's for all of
What
us to
is it?
understand that
What
that
is it then?
paperwork. All you got to do is burn that paperwork, and it don't mean nothing.
What you said? You said the U.S. is not a corporation no more. What is it then?
basically each person is a corporation.
Yeah,
So what I'm saying is that I help a person um authenticate themselves with the by taking them, getting rid of all that, the social, all that, incorporate themselves, put themselves in a trust, and then create another trust where they put all their assets. So what that does is it stops you from being able to be taxed. It stops me being able to be sued. I mean, there's, like you said, there's so many layers to this. Like even to the point where um you don't have to get licensed for different things, gun license, license plates, all that. Like once you start authenticating yourself and putting yourself in these trusts and all that, incorporating yourself, all of the US rules don't necessarily apply the same way to you.
yeah. Only a few people are actually free people. It's
The
not
one
a
percent.
majority.
The 1% they be talking about.
I would even say it's less than 1%. There's a percentage that really don't get talked about because they're in a league of their own.
Yeah.
Y'all done
Yeah.
fucked my head up now.
So one of my business partners is, he's, you know what I mean, actually took, they're actually to the point where they're using their account for everything.
Like when people say off the grid, a lot of people think you just going to know it's no. Some people really live off
Hmm.
the radar, just off. They
Yeah.
hear, but they don't. They do not exist under our ruling. Like they don't.
Right.
So you said, I know you said the tax thing and the gun law thing, right? But our governor just, nobody need a permit now down here, right? So what are some of the things that they have that we don't? Or what are some of the privileges that they have that we don't? Other than the gun licenses and the taxes.
So aren't able to be detained.
What?
aren't able to be detained. So that's one of the biggest ones. That, like I said, aren't able to be taxed, um, able to use your treasury account to go in and pay off stuff or purchase stuff. It's a process. It's not, it's, it's paperwork to it, but yeah, those are some of the biggest things, because those are the biggest things that are used against us: taxes and detaining us.
Mm. So you do the credit thing. You just help, help, help. You help, help,
Yeah.
help. Why? In a world full of a lot of selfish people, a lot of self-centered people, narcissists, why?
That's my mission. That's my mission work. So, I'm here to just help as many people as possible. And in the past, I was getting caught up because I kept thinking, which one do I do? What do I do? Like, and I would do one more, then the other would falter. And I had to go through some stuff with the credit stuff with some people. Man, I went through some stuff with that too. Um, but it helped me wake up to how I was going to do that. So basically now what I've been putting together, I'm gonna do a 2-day mastermind, probably the first part of June. I haven't picked the date yet, and it'll be a free 2 days where I'll give everybody a whole bunch of different gems and things, and then I'll offer my mentorship program. In my mentorship program, I'm gonna help with everything. Like,
Speak on that. Promote yourself. Like,
yeah,
tell us what it is and what it come with and all that.
yeah. So basically, where I'll start out with it is digging into your chart, and we'll find exactly, because a lot of people don't really know what their niche is or where they would do better with it at. So, then we're gonna start there. It'll be um it'll be I don't know the right word. Basically, whatever it is that you need, personalized to whatever it is you need, because everybody is in a different place, different, mission, different blockages, different things they're battling through. Believe it or not, the majority of us that are healing, we're not necessarily healing from father wounds. We're almost everybody's healing from mother wounds. So, we start there and just build out. So it'll be personally catered to each person and what their needs are, what they're trying to do, what they're trying to do in business, what that looks like, and helping them get there.
Can you elaborate when you say mother wounds? Can you please elaborate? Um, because I've been, during my journey, I've been letting people know, like, when we talk about Christianity and what Christianity is, and how the newer discoveries in Christianity are that a lot of these aspect characters would have been rightfully female characters,
Mhm.
and being that everything is really so connected that we just, I don't know, it's like a hard way to really put it into words for me.
Yeah.
Like, everything is so culturally connected,
Mhm.
but everything is dysfunctionally disconnected at the same time through lies everybody have been told over time.
Mhm. Yeah. So, in my life, everything about every the um I say I say other wounds because let's just speak on what we are accustomed to here. From way back, they adopted that lynch and all of the father got all the fathers out of the, so now women that are trying to raise their children. Some of our mothers, were abused and stuff as well. And um it's created a lot of areas where we need healing in. So like I was saying about my bloodline, a lot of the mothers wasn't there because we were working. So prior to me doing all of this, I worked for the postal service and I worked in a plant. So I was working, the plants are 24/7, 365. So until my oldest son was 16, I was missing most of his life because I was working afternoons. So I was gone. I would come home, he sleep. I would only see him for a brief time when he went to school. You see what
That's
I'm
how
saying?
my mama was.
Hmm.
That's how my mama was.
Yeah, so
She worked at the post office too.
yeah, I was there 25 years.
She was there
So,
31.
yep. So when you think about that, we were doing what we needed to do for the children, but our children missed out on that love, attention, you know, um, us being able to do things with them. That creates a wound because now the children feel rejected and abandoned. It's not like a
No, we
classic.
don't.
Hmm.
No, we don't. It's free time.
Well, for some, know, for me it was a thing. And matter of fact, my ex, it was a thing. You know what I mean? Because that was one of the first things we talked about. He was like, my mother was never at home.
Mhm,
So um, that, or I I am I really believe in that. As mothers, like with my son, I raised him well. He's a great man, but I wasn't able to show him how to be a man fully. You know what I mean? So
You can.
no. So that's a wound too. Now he's 26 trying to figure out how to be a man.
I'm 39 still trying to figure out.
Yeah. So, again, a lot of that comes from, a lot of things come from, you know, it's a mother wound. Um, I said,
Is
you
there
know,
such thing as a father wound?
oh yeah, for sure. A
Is
lot of
there-
the things that come from the father wound is when people they overwork, they're not middle, they, stuck in ego, don't want to share their emotions, um, afraid of intimacy. That comes from the father line. Yeah.
How can we combat that?
Um, how can you combat
Because a
that?
lot of us came up, like you just described my mom, worked for the post office, had to go to work. I mean, we understood that she had to go to work to pay the bills. We didn't really feel abandoned. We just raised ourselves like on some shit.
Yeah. The first thing that I would say is start working with your shadows. And what I mean by shadows is, the things that are messed up. Like you can probably sit and some of the things you battle with. So start, look at those things, face them head on and work through them, no matter how hard they are.
You got
Oh,
something, Marie? You got,
No, I feel like she kind of would say the same thing I would have just said.
yeah.
so is this a? I'm talking about like after your awakening and your beliefs after your awakening, right? Just
Mhm.
opinion. Is this a right or wrong thing, or is just opinion based, or are they wrong and they right, or just your opinion?
So I don't know. Maybe it's the Aquarius in me, but I don't look at
You
it that
keep dropping that Aquarius. It is
way.
Taurus season. Like the disrespect is real. What you were saying,
But
Mama?
yeah, but look, Pluto is in Aquarius. So but no, I don't look at it that way. Like I just respect people from, where they're at. And I feel like I said, we're all creating our own realities. We're all working through our own thing. And I mean, what's right for me might not be right for y'all, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So I respect people where they're at, no matter what their beliefs are. Think about this. It's like over 5,000 religions, and everybody that is in tune to a
Wait. Let's start there, right? I know Catholic, I know Baptist, I know Buddhist, um, Muslim, and what else?
I mean, it's a lot of them.
5,000.
Yeah, the Hindu, Buddhists, it's all kinds. We got tribes. Everybody that is a part of something, they believe in that. Full like that's their reality. And it's okay. So to me, it doesn't make what I believe in right for them too. It's right for me. And I just want
Rod Reed seems to think that and this is strictly opinion, right? That the Bible is a manipulation tool, right? Do you share those same sentiments?
absolutely. Yeah, it's a manipulation tool to keep people in a fear-based reality. And if you look at if you look at um the vibrational chart, fear is at the bottom. That's super low. Like you're vibrating as low as you can go when you're in fear, guilt, shame. That's what they do. The Bible inflicts fear. It keeps people in a place where they're scared to do anything. I went through that when I was like in that place. I was like scared to do all kinds of stuff. I'm like, oh man, Jesus is watching. Like, so yeah, it's definitely that. It's definitely that. Yeah.
So I asked Rodriguez on her interview, right?
Mm.
What you into and believe, right? Like we just mentioned, Baptist, Catholic, all that. Is that a type of religion? Is that a type of belief? Is that a choice? What do you, in your opinion, what is it?
I mean, I think it's all three. It's you
No, you cheating. Nah, which one is it? You know what I mean? If you had to choose one, if you had to choose one.
okay. What'd you say? You said religion, choice.
Like, is it a belief? Is it a choice? Is it an opinion? Is it a I don't want to say a cult, right? Because I don't like that word. But is it a like Baptists, Christians, Lutherans, Catholics, all that? Like they have religions, right? What they believe in is what you do and believe in. Is that a certain type of religion? Is that a way of life? Is that an opinion? Is that like how does that go in your opinion?
Hmm. I'm gonna say a choice. I'm gonna say a choice because I mean, there's so much information out there right now. Like it's so much information, so much. It's a choice. Are you going to allow yourself to open up and be introduced to new things, or are you going to choose to keep yourself in a box and be closed off?
So
So
you
I'm
said you secluded yourself at the beginning of your awakening, right? And I know you said you went through some stuff, right? But was it any things of life that you changed because of your awakening, such as eating habits, places you went, places you didn't go, things like that?
yeah, absolutely. All of that. Like I definitely at some point started eating differently. I started fasting, here and there. Oh goodness, a lot of things. Cleanses. Um Now I really have to watch the people I'm around and what I take in because people drain energy. People probably, they pull on your energy all day. You got
But
people
you know why I said that? Because
Mhm,
everything you saying, Rari and Miss Rod said the same thing in the same exact way. That's
mhm.
why I asked, like, it's a religion. Is it like a book that y'all go through? Like they got we got the Bible, right? Is it a book that y'all read, like basic instructions before leaving? Like, do y'all have y'all own Bible, or you see what I'm saying?
No, I think, once you start, it's kind of like when we were saying the dark night of the soul, it would be in a tarot deck, the tower card. It's kind of like the universe is going to keep slapping you and knocking you back down until you start making changes. So you start seeing stuff different, and you can't, like it got to a point like I used to be a big meat eater. Now I like get sick. like even thinking about it and what it is, and you know what I mean. So
What they do to it.
yeah, like it's just a whole different. Even just looking at a cow, like I saw a video yesterday, and the chick walked up to the fence, and the cows ran over like little dogs. And I was thinking in my mind, hey, as much steak as I used to eat. Oh no.
All right, so uh Miss Rod is back, and
Yeah.
Miss I'm gonna let Miss Rari and Miss Rod take over and bring us out. All right,
Okay.
All right.
y'all do y'all thing. I enjoyed you. That don't mean the interview over. That just means I'm over. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see, Billy.
I think you muted.
Yeah,
Okay, there we go.
You
Y'all
muted,
can hear me
Rari.
now?
yeah. I was muted. I was saying I don't know if you had
Oh,
any like comments or anything if you was watching and
yeah,
you
I
wanted
was
to
gonna
say.
comment. I was dropping down like, what she was saying. I was agreeing with, like, it definitely come with, like, my mother wounds hit deeper than my father wounds. Like, everything she said, everything was on point. Like, that's what I'm going through now. And I think, I don't know what happened to my phone. I feel like it was a time for me to sit still at that moment, to gain the clarity that I needed. So I don't know what was going on with my phone. So you know me, I started panicking at first, like, oh no, oh no. But then everything, so I started like getting like a lot of downloads, and then I tuned in on. But I was dropping, like, comments too, agreeing with the things that she was saying that y'all was, saying. But it definitely hit hard with me, like the whole story, because it's like similar things that I went through as well, on another level though.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, hmm. Did you have like any interview questions for Miss Rose?
I think he asked all the questions. I wrote down all these questions. I like the time that I write down everything, and everything just, I ain't gonna say went left, because everything happened like it's really like divine timing as well, you
You
know.
know,
But yeah.
Miss Rose, did you have any like other things that you wanted to tap in on?
Rari, I still hear y'all. You tried to play me just now, but I'm going to tap back out. But I can hear. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Um, no, I mean we in that this hour we tapped on things. A lot of
Conversations.
not been super
Oh,
dope.
we did have some things that I dropped in the chat though too, and
Mm-hmm.
I had missed yesterday. We were supposed to do a little live yesterday, but I
Mm-hmm.
had missed because work stuff had came up. So, do y'all remember what I sent? It was like a
Um,
TikTok.
I don't
I
think.
remember.
Uh,
I didn't never get a chance. Like, I never get a chance. I never got a chance to watch it. Like, soon as you said something, like, hold on, what was it? I think you was like the trauma or something like that.
yeah.
It was the mom uh gave her kids up, which is nothing wrong with that. If you come to terms with yourself and you realize that this is bigger than you, then I think that's the best thing. The part I had a problem was she was on social media for a couple of days, saying I can't do this and woo 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 and that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what made it down bad to me because okay, if you can cut it as a mom, you see what I'm saying? That's not your business to go out and tell everybody. You see what I'm saying? And post all kind of posts like in a rejoicing manner. You know what I'm saying? Because being a mother is like the most beautiful thing. Like y'all just said, people have mother wounds. You see what I'm saying? And the children be in the car doing the lives. Because I went to her page. You see what I'm saying? The children be in the car doing the lives before she actually gave them up. So like, can y'all speak on the mother wounds that's given like and like blatantly in front of them? I don't want the kids, they daddy, this and that, and woo woo. And, she dropped them off and that was it.
Mm.
Yeah, she was basically begging on live for those 3 days. Can somebody come get them? I
Mm-hmm.
don't want them.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay,
like
yeah,
I
I did
said,
see that on TikTok. I
Yeah,
seen.
to
I
take
think I
them
was
to the fire
scrolling.
department.
Yeah, she
It,
was taking
Oh,
them everywhere. Yeah, I seen some of that.
yeah.
and if
I
you realize that it's too much for you, yeah, but like, why walk the children through exactly why you
all of
don't want
that,
them
yeah, like
and why you didn't do this and you do this and you calling people in front of them to come get them? Like, what kind of, in y'all opinion, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tap out, you know what I'm saying? In y'all opinion, what kind of long lasting trauma will this have on those kids?
Whew.
They'll definitely feel neglected. Like
Mhm.
that's gonna be like some deep shadow work and healing that they're gonna have to do.
yeah.
To try to get
Because
past
not only
that.
that, as y'all know, the internet is so forever, and that's like be having them being in the foster system. I don't like that because the foster system is not an adequate system for our children to be in the first place.
Right.
And there's so many examples. There's too many examples for us to still not try to discover a way to make change for
Yeah.
children in those scenarios. Like you can do your best to hope that they would end up with somebody good for them.
Mm.
And it's so many people that do wish they could have children, want to give children a better life, but the way the system is set up, it's just it's not always possible and it's not always accurate to happen.
Yeah, they're gonna have abandonment, rejection issues. They're gonna have a lot of issues. But first thing that I thought of, you know, I mean, I don't know if this is a little bit trying to look at it a little bit more positive in hope that being that she was on the internet and a lot of people have seen it, that maybe some people will step up and maybe take over so that the children don't get split apart, because that happens a lot in the
Yeah,
system, split apart.
Right.
So maybe somebody, I mean, it's possible somebody will step up. That happens a lot on the when people go live doing that type of stuff. People will step up and help out. So maybe somebody will step up and take them, and help. I mean, it's only so much that they're still gonna have those issues, the because
they
it's
are.
like
Yeah.
that's hard, that's rough. And then like with
And
my son.
some of them babies is already at a certain age that they understand they can
Right.
make their own decisions based upon how they feel emotionally.
Yeah, and it's gonna matter who gets them, because like with me, my mom dropping me off at 3 days old, she dropped me off with my great aunt. My great aunt dogged her, like reminded me every other day. I had a really, really good life that they provided, but she reminded me every day, not every day for real, but she reminded me a lot that my mother dropped me off and left me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
hopefully, it would be the something different. You know what I mean? Like, where that's not the case. Like, it's yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, because in the back of their head, the back of their mind, they gonna always question like why. They gonna always have that question. And yeah.
Mhm. And that creates a place where you think everybody's gonna leave you or abandon you or reject you.
Yeah,
And
Right. Right.
and that goes into every area of your life, not just
yeah,
relationships.
definitely every area of your life.
Mhm.
Yeah, business, everything.
Because if you feel like you wasn't enough for your mother, you're not gonna feel like you wasn't enough for anything.
Right.
And I feel
Right.
like that is the hardest thing for a child to already have to feel at youth growing up into. So like yeah, it's mentally a traumatic experience. Like
Yeah, and then I mean it shatters their confidence, basically breaks their heart.
Was there any boys like, or just all girls?
I
I'm
don't
not
even remember how many children that it was. I just
Not saying that, the girl's right, but hopefully no boys, because that mother gonna hit hard on that male, because they're like the first love, you feel me? So I definitely, that trauma gonna be I hope
Both.
it don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, I was saying, like, I believe in the whole past lives things, and those children are, I'm positive, chosen ones. You know what I mean? That are gonna go through just like we went through.
Right, right, right. So yeah, so that everything really makes sense, but you know, I just feel, I don't know, like you just said, they chosen in some type of way, because it's a lot of us that go through situation like this, that we got to climb to the top, because we were built for this.
Yep. Just personally, I believe that this is what we chose to reincarnate as and to work through. Some people, wake up and do what they need to do, and some people don't. So it's,
Right,
it's
right,
as harsh as that is. We going through stuff. We be like in our minds, like, why am I going through this? But ultimately, we signed up for it.
right. And it's a lot of stuff. I used to do that all the time, like question myself. I stopped doing that now. I got to a place now. I don't even. I'm like, oh, so I'm going through this because I asked for this. It be a lot of stuff that I ask for. I'm like, give me a message. I always seek like for different stuff, and they're like, okay, you gonna get into trouble for seeking all the time. Then when they give it to me, sometimes I don't be ready. But I don't even question it no more. I don't be like, dang, why I'm going through that? I don't see it that way. I'm like, well, okay, I know this going on for a reason for me to get to here. I think of stuff in that way now.
Yep. It's like, what's the lesson?
Right, right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that. Yes, I feel like I'm going through a
Can
lesson
y'all
right.
hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we can hear
yes,
you.
we can hear you. It
I
had
can't
blacked
hear
out one
y'all.
time and it came back up.
I can't hear y'all.
Can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me, Rory?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Rose?
Rose says she can't hear neither one of
I
us.
don't know. I got a call, and like now I can't hear.
Oh, okay. All right, Goddess Rory. Is there anything else you want to speak on?
Um, mm, I don't think. No, I feel like yeah, we can still hear Rose, but she says she can't hear us.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. That's how I was a few, like the whole time I was like that. That's why I kept coming in and out. I switched phones and everything, but I don't know. It's you know.
do we want to close up? I want Rose to be a guest again for
Right,
sure.
right, right, right. You're right,
So
because I missed out on when I say I tapped in my phone, like everything else working perfectly. I'm like, okay, what's really going on
because I
here?
feel like
I had all my questions and everything. Okay, so
no, she. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm chiming in. I feel like you ignored my question. I asked you to ask Miss Rose if she knew about a Lordy OD.
She
Okay,
can't
yeah, I still
hear.
can't hear y'all.
You could have tapped it in the in the comments. Why you didn't do that? Oh, okay.
Don't do me.
I'm gonna do you because you tried to do me.
Hey, ladies.
She over there being like the general. Like, don't do that because they
I
stay
I
season.
love mom energy though. I love her energy. Like so powerful to me.
But she know how to speak for herself, so she could speak for herself.
I feel like I'm missing something.
You ain't missing nothing. We were
I can't hear
basically
y'all.
She still can't hear us, so it's. I don't know if we want to just end it and then do another show to come back in.
right. Um, do we? Okay, I don't want to speak on that right now, but yeah, I definitely love to have her like as another guest or whatever, because I feel like I missed out on. I catch up on the things that I didn't get to hear at that moment. But we could close out and then we could like continue another time.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off the close out. I love you. We love
Okay.
you. Don't nobody else love you. We proud of you if ain't nobody else proud of you. Keep doing what you do. I'm so hurt that Rose can't hear us. Cause I don't want us to just close out and she don't know that we closing out.
Right,
You can't
right.
read the comments.
Okay. Let
But
me.
yeah. Go ahead, goddess.
I'm a comment on the stat. Or can she can see the comments, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm gonna say I'm not
Or I
tuned in
wonder if
on
she can.
YouTube or Facebook, so
Yeah, yeah.
Nikki, go get your baby doll.
Okay. But in the meantime, I want to just say, don't miss out on your blessing by filling them tests because right now we going through like a huge shift. We going through some major tests or whatever. I'm a witness of that
thank
because
you, Jim. Thank you.
things been going down in a way of me knowing things. Just because I
If
know I'm
y'all can
going through a
still hear me,
spiritual
thank you for
upbringing.
having me. This is dope. This was dope. Super dope.
Thank
You are definitely
you.
welcome, God. You are definitely welcome, and I'm grateful to have you on this beautiful, amazing
Yes.
podcast. Shout
She
out to
touched
the
on a
gym
lot
on
of
every
things we
day.
normally touch on. Like I like she could explain the little things better to Ned than we can, cause he be acting a little lost.
Well, you
He
okay?
definitely.
Because we give it to them on different. We got an extra person to give it to them on another level, or whatever. Because I know you more of the, but I'm more of the ghetto type. Like I'm just tell it like this, and she probably got a little twist to it. So he understand on different levels and better levels. But shout out to everyone on this podcast today. I love y'all.
Yes. Yes. Keep doing everything that y'all do. Keep inspiring everybody. My mom said you not ghetto, Kia. But
Well,
shoot.
yeah. She right. In a way, I say that on a level of them understanding me, and then it'll go like from that to something else later on. Is
You
that
ain't
that's
gotta
how I'm
explain
being,
yourself. She over here being a hater.
Yeah, but
Just
I want her like I just want the people to know like it's like different levels to us. So I love doing it on the levels that they can understand better on.
I love everybody definition of look because words can mean whatever you want that word to mean because it's already a
Right,
negative
right.
word anyways.
Right, and not the word that they want us to know, but a word that we want to put it as.
Ghetto is a facility. It's not a person.
Oh my god. You hear her in the background? All right, let's get up out of here because she doing the most.
Okay, all right. So don't miss out on your blessing by filling on tests. And this your host, one of your host, your beautiful host, Ms. Ride.
Bye everybody. I know
Every day that I wake up, don't talk with this cake up. Man, too many favor. Don't try me in the favor. I can't help that you favor, What you talking on relate, bruh. You better